If you're thinking about going to school for interior design and you want to know what you can expect to pay, then keep on watching. Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. If you're new here, my name is Sandy, and on this channel we talk about all things interior design. So when I was going to school, I had no idea what I could have expected to pay, and I really wish that there was a video like this, so I'm making it now that I have this knowledge for anyone who does need to know this kind of stuff, because knowing what you're going to pay for school is huge, and it really impacts what school you decide to go to. The cost of school can vary drastically, okay? I'm talking about like $100,000 difference in degrees. And that can depend on where you live, also what type of school you're going to. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be going over 3 different types of schools: private schools, public schools, and technical schools. And I'm going to just pick schools at random to give you specific information on, just to give you a ballpark of what you can expect to pay. And now the numbers I'm going to give you are specific to those schools. So please do your research on where you're going to be going to school or where you're thinking about going. This video is really just a starter point. With that said, let's get into the video. The first type of school we're going over is private universities. The school I'm going to use as an example is the Savannah College of Art and Design, or SCAD for short. This school is ranked the #1 design school in the US, and it's ranked 2nd, I believe, internationally according to the Red Dot rankings, which I will link below because that has a list of design schools internationally for you. The degrees you can expect to be offered at a private university are bachelor's degrees and master's degrees. Now, if you head to SCAD's website, you can see that for one academic year to be a full-time student there is $38,520. In general, it takes about 4 years to complete a degree at a university. So if you take that and times it by 4, that's $154,080. Whew! That is quite the price tag. That is quite possibly a mortgage. Like, damn, that's a whole ass mortgage. So let's break that up. Over $150,000 to go to school. What exactly are you paying for? So a full-time student's tuition is $12,840. There's an application fee of $50, an enrollment fee of $500, and a housing reservation fee of $500. And to live in one of their residence halls for a year is $9,185. If you're going to live on campus, you're normally going to have a meal plan. So if you just randomly choose one of their meal plans, it's about $1,930. If you times that by 4, because meal plans are quarterly, that's $7,720. So you'll probably notice that all the numbers I have here add up to about $30,795. But I just gave you a price tag of $38,520. So where's the discrepancy there? When I added up these numbers here on the side, I just picked a random residence hall and a random meal plan. Depending on which residence hall you live in, it could vary by thousands of dollars, and depending on the amount of credits you take, that could also vary. So that would make up the differences in the discrepancy that you're seeing between what I have added up here and what it generally says on their website that it costs. And this breakdown does not include your textbooks and your supplies. Moving on to public universities, the example I'm going to be using is my alma mater, Florida State University. According to the Design Intelligence rankings, FSU is ranked the 13th most admired design school in the US. The kinds of degrees you can expect from a public university also include bachelor's and master's. In total, one academic year of being a student at FSU will cost you about $21,155. If we multiply that by 4 for the full 4 years that you'd be there, that's $84,820, or a really nice car. So it's important to note that public schools, unlike private schools, will have different costs for in-state students and out-of-state students. Now let's dive into what exactly it is you're paying for. In-state students at FSU can expect to pay a tuition of $6,516, while out-of-state students can expect to pay $21,863. That is a huge difference. All the other costs of housing, meal plans, and books are relatively the same. And don't forget that some public universities also require that you have health insurance. This was a thing when I went to FSU. I had health insurance through my parents, but if you go there and you don't have health insurance, they require that you have to have health insurance to be a student on the campus, and they'll make you buy it from the school if you don't have it. So with the difference in tuition, all the other costs being relatively the same, that brings a total year as an in-state student at $21,155, and a full year as an out-of-state student brings you a total cost of $36,322. So if we multiply that by 4, that's a total of $84,620 to get a full 4-year education as an in-state student. And if you're an out-of-state student, it'll cost you $145,288 to get your full 4-year education. These numbers show us that there's a drastic difference between going to school in-state and out-of-state, and you can save so much money by picking a school that is in your state. Moving on to the third type of school, a technical school. For this example, I'm going to be using Gwinnett Technical College, which is here in Georgia, so that's why I'm using them. The kind of degree or certification you could get at a technical college are associate's degrees, certificates, and diplomas. So at a technical college, based on whether or not you get an associate's degree, certificate, or diploma, your tuition will differ because those different levels of certification have different credits, and technical colleges charge per credit. To keep this video really clean, I'm just going to go over associate's degrees, but if you're thinking about going to a technical school, go on their website and they'll have a breakdown of how much it'll cost you or how many credits you're going to need for that whatever program you're going into, and then you can multiply those credits by however much they charge per credit. And specific to their interior design program, to get an associate's degree, it takes about 5 semesters, which is about 2.5 years. And it's 65 credits in total for that program. This school also had a difference in tuition between in-state and out-of-state. They were charging $100 per credit for in-state students and $200 per credit for out-of-state students. So at 65 credits, that's $6,500 for an associate's degree as an in-state student and $13,000 for an associate's degree as an out-of-state student. If you tack on the fees listed on their website of $418 that get tacked on to both in-state and out-of-state tuition, that's a total of $6,918 to get your full associate's degree at Gwinnett Technical College, and then $13,418 as an out-of-state student. It's important to remember that you don't need a design degree to have a successful design business. But if you do want to go to school, based off the 3 schools we just talked about, you're looking at 3 drastically different price points for getting an interior design education. My advice to you when deciding what school to go to, please keep in mind that when you're in job interviews, no one ever asks what school you went to, no one. They just care about what your experience is. And it doesn't matter what school you went to get experience. With that being said, please get your education the easiest way you can, whatever is available to you. Whatever door of opportunity is open to you, walk through that. Don't think that you have to go to the fanciest school or it's lesser to go to like a technical school or a community school. That doesn't really matter once you're out in the field and you're working. You're also going to want to keep in mind that these 3 different schools have what I like to call emotional differences. So at a public and private university, you're going to group those together versus a technical school, you're going to have things like the ability to live on campus. Your football teams, homecoming, student union, all these clubs. My school had a movie theater on campus and a 3-story high-tech gym. All of these things give you that really full, robust college experience. And when you're younger, these things matter to you a lot more than they do when you get older. So if you can get a degree for about $7,000, should you spend over $150,000 getting a degree? That college experience is, I want to say it's priceless, but I mean, clearly this is a video about pricing, so it's not really priceless. But when you're first going to school and you're a young person, you're not emotionally equipped yet, like for the world. And a lot of those bigger schools have the infrastructure in place to help you navigate through the emotions that you're going to be feeling when you're in school. When I was at school, there was a on-campus therapist. I had an advisor I spoke with every week. And there were all these things in place to make sure that I stayed the course and I graduated. When you're at a technical school, it really is just go to school, learn, go home. Go to school, learn, come home. There's not as much camaraderie on campus. It's just a learning facility. Back when I went to FSU, I really enjoyed it. I don't regret the price tag, but please keep in mind that in that price tag, all those bells and whistles, all that extra stuff is incorporated into all those fees that they just list with an asterisk. The big question is all that college experience stuff worth an extra tens of thousands of dollars? And that's a decision for you to make on your own. When I went to FSU, I don't regret it. It was great. But then when I went back to school for design, I ended up going to a school that felt a bit more like a technical school. It was a private, nonprofit school, but it wasn't a facility that had all the bells and whistles. It was really just a learning place. I went, I learned, I came home. I was fully okay with that because I'd already been to school and already experienced all that extra stuff. I just wanted the knowledge. And you need to decide for yourself what it is that's most important to you and where you want to direct your resources, and also think about paying all of this back. If you're able to fund it entirely, that's amazing. But if you're taking out loans, these will have to be paid back and there will be interest. So all the numbers I gave you, you need to add interest to those. So for example, if you're looking at going to SCAD, you could be paying back an additional $20,000 in interest, depending on how long it takes you to pay off your loans. And that concludes this video, you guys. Please keep in mind, these were all examples of specific schools. All the numbers I use are listed on their websites, which I will link below. If you're thinking about going to a school different from these schools, look on their website for their specific tuition prices. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. All right, Beyonce said if you like it, put a ring on it. I say if you like it, subscribe to me. Just subscribe. See my sad ringless hands? Hit that subscription. That's my ring. And don't forget to sign up for my email list because I will be creating some freebies. I'm in the process of that right now for you guys, creating free resources that you'll get updated on when you sign up for my email list. So check out my website, link down below. Bye, guys.